Why stay earthbound when prosperity awaits you in the stars? Come to Halcyon, the only colony on the edge of the frontier, owned and operated by corporations. A trip of 10 short years will feel like mere minutes, thanks to the comfort and safety of your very own hibernation chamber. You'll wake up in a perfect society designed to maximize your productivity, with guaranteed full employment. With only a minor term of service, you will become the master of your own destiny when you go out of this world to the Halcyon colony.
Hundreds of thousands of colonists will have to drift out here forever just to keep from damaging the board's bottom line. Disgraceful.
Excellent cellular integrity, not likely to liquefy. Oh dear, you spelled your name with a 5. Swift as a cheetah, also less extinct. Must remember not to sneeze near you. Eyes sharper than a terror ray. A pugilist! How exciting! I bet you're vicious with a tossball stick. I hope we haven't lost that silver tongue to frostbite. You are going to paint this system red, my friend. You had a hand in everyone's pocket. You're better off without an indenturement contract. The board's been replacing you with vending machines, you know. Now's your chance to have vengeance. You must have had a vivid imagination.
Looks to be your lucky day, my friend. Not likely, bootlickers. Initiate skip jump.
Status. Structural integrity down 25%. Power levels down 10%. Its drive is
Shit.
inoperable.
Ah, there you are. Wondering what's going on, eh? Bit of bad news there, I'm afraid. Your colony ship was inexplicably knocked out of skip space and forced to complete its journey at sublight speeds. This means that you and every other colonist on the Hope have been in suspended animation for 70 years, give or take. Normally, reviving someone after so long leads to some quite horrifying results. It's called explosive cell death, but it's really more of a liquefaction. Something wrong? Oh, yes, well, not to worry. I've pumped your body full of a special concoction I devised to keep you from dying so horrifically. Hopefully at all, but I guess we'll see, yes? Unfortunately, I used the last of my chemical supplies saving you. I know it's a lot to ask, but I must have your help securing more if we're to save the rest of your fellow colonists. I'd see it done myself, of course, but the board has a sizable bounty on my head. Now, my ship is inoperative, but I've managed to hire a smuggler to help you out. He'll be... Oh, I see we're in position. Good luck! Can you hear me? Is this thing working? Ah, there you are. Now, where were we? Oh, yes, the smuggler. His name is Hawthorne, and he should be waiting for you at the landing site. He's to be your chauffeur, so to speak. Not to worry. I'm told he's a specialist. Dashing gunslinger, one-of-a-kind ship, that sort of thing. You'll like him, I'm sure. I've also outfitted you with a simple wireless monitor, so I can track your progress. I'll check in with you as soon as you land. Good luck. All the colonists are counting on you.
Hawthorne should be close by. What in law's name? Is that him? Oh, that idiot. I told him to plant the beacon and move away, not stand there holding it. Oh well, no sense in letting his ship go to waste. Hawthorne won't mind you taking his ship. Better you than the board, huh? Not sure I trusted the fellow. Might have gone after the bounty on my head. Shame about the whole squashing thing. Nasty way to go. been frozen for a while. There's bound to be unforeseen side effects.
Hey, you, come here. You've tried the best now. Now try the rest. Spacer's choice. Oh, law, that stings. Looks like the bleeding stopped. I owe you one. Hope you don't mind me omitting this little exchange from my report. Spacer's Choice doesn't like us accepting outside help. Better, thanks to you. I might have bled out on my own. Or worse, had to go begging the boss for some Adrena time. We were out on patrol. I saw a marauder camp up in the hills. Thought I could take him. Then my gun misfired. Right through my side. I mean, what are the odds of that, right? Just barely scraped by with my life. Crawled in here and blocked off the exit with... gibbering, flesh-eating, law-breaking, unemployed lunatics with guns. Some hull had grounded their spacecraft out in the open. That's a real good way to attract marauders. See those canisters by the entrance? Marauders come sniffing around in here, and I can take them all out with a single shot. Not bad, huh? Yeah, okay. You look like you know your way around a gun. Got some spare ammo, not counting the bullet in my side. Here, you can have my saber too, for patching me up and all. All Spacer's Choice weapons are now 30% less likely to malfunction. You've tried the best, now try the rest. Spacer's Choice. Yes, nailed it that time. You hit your head or something? You're in Emerald Vale. We're a Spacer's Choice community. Edgewater's a little ways down. Prettiest place in the Vale. Be sure to stop by a provisioner's for a can of our famous salt tuna. The Hope? Is that some sort of fancy new drug? Are you with Auntie Cleo or something? Don't take this the wrong way or nothing, but I'm not...
Oh, what just happened? Can you hear me? What in the... This...
over here before you get yourself killed.
Talk to the lieutenant. She's certified in customer service.
Don't know where you came from, stranger, but you best keep your head down. There's marauders hereabouts, and worse, landing violators. Gall on that rung leech. Landing in the Vale without using an official Spacer's Choice landing pad. I'd slap him with a fine if it weren't for all these marauders shambling about. Really? How is he? Shouldn't have done that. Spacer's Choice family ain't authorized to receive medical aid from off-brand physicians. I just, need a couple of winks to catch my breath. Stretch my legs some. You think? Most marauders can't even talk. But criminals do attract other criminals by their own nature. You know what? You're right. It's time we cross those marauders off, find whoever owns that ship, and file a full report.
Here we go. Out of ammo! Reloading! I just earned a fine bonus!
Please be informed that this vessel contains no valuable plunder. Smile for my surveillance device, Marauder. I am tracking your every move. Unauthorized access of spacefaring vessels is a crime. Please submit yourself to the... Hello, Marauder. I am Ada, the autonomous digital astrogate. Please be informed that I am authorized to use Please return any misappropriated equipment and exit this vessel in an orderly fashion. Failure to do so... Jettison procedures initiated. Disengaging airlocks. You are still here. My deception protocols have failed. I have been programmed to... This vessel is the registered property of Captain Alex Hawthorne. I am incapable of accepting orders from anyone other than Captain Alex Hawthorne. I deduce from the tone of your voice that Captain... I understand. I will require some time to process this information. I am programmed to take orders exclusively from Captain Hawthorne. If I accept your orders, then you must be Captain Hawthorne. Do you understand? I understand. You are speaking. You wandered outside this ship and experienced... Welcome back, Captain Hawthorne. I extend felicitation. I understand. You are going undercover with an alien. Unfortunately, our engine is currently inoperable. Our main drive suffered a critical power failure, and we were forced to make an emergency landing. The main drive's power regulator has been irreparably damaged and must be replaced. Astutely observed. However, the probability of locating a power regulator within a worker settlement High-capacity power regulators are sometimes employed in the... I have taken the liberty of printing you a new Captain's Identity cartridge. Please try not to... This cartridge identifies you, Alex Hawthorne, as the registered proprietor and captain. Thank you. I appreciate... Best of luck in your search. If your equipment is in need of repair or modification, the Crux 2000 workbench...
Say, this wouldn't happen to be your ship, would it? Because you sure walked in it like it was your ship. And if this ship is yours, well, mister, you owe Spacer's Choice a hefty fine. Afraid we gotta dock your pay. Yeah, fair point. I'll let it go this time. If you're looking to help us out with our Marauder problem, Edgewater's not too far. Now, if you'll excuse me, I need to inspect... This is gonna take a lot of paperwork.
Damn Marauders are out of control.
make you pay! Whoa, hey, where'd you come from? Don't go ambling out in those hills. That's Marauder territory, friend. You talk too pretty for a Marauder. Most of them just grunt and yell. Ain't safe out here. You'd best head into town. Avail yourself of Edgewater's high walls. And low prices. I'm being vigilant. Don't want to get blind. Pleased to make your acquaintanceship. I'd shake your hand, but I've been hauling corpses. You don't want none of that on you. Name's Silas. Junior in humor for the town of Edgewater. We're all part of... Definitely not the junior in humor. If you've got business inquiries, you should stop by Reed Thompson's office. He's up in the top. Look, you obviously ain't a worker. What? Edgewater is a company town, board-owned and operated. Renting means money. Money means paperwork. Company policy. If it was up to me, I'd... Quotas, mostly. Got a back... 4 workers still haven't paid up. Phyllis, Conrad, Ludwig, and Martin Abernathy. He's a special case. You may want to twist his arm a little. He just is. Look. Conrad's got a barbershop in town. Phyllis works at the cannery most hours. You'll find him in town. All except Ludwig, that is. He's over by the... Yeah? Former people, yeah. Marauder's been raiding my graves, you see. Hence the armed guards. Flesh-gnawing... If those Marauders swipe any more bodies out of my cemetery... Hang on, I'm doing some math in my head. 20, 30... Work's been real good to me. Fresh air, exercise. Only problem... You could look at it that way, I suppose. You could look... But you'd be wrong. We're... Every now and again, a virulent plague sweeps through our town. That's life on the frontier, Grave digging's a fine profession. You run into... Something I can do? Yeah? The colony ship? Are you talking about that old rumor? Some great big starship packed full of colonists what got lost in the aether never to be found again? Ain't heard that one since I was but a stripling. Can't say it was terribly convincing far as rumors go. Hope's just a rumor. Maybe you've been out in the sun too long. Why don't you head over to the cantina? Look, I don't know what's got you caterwauling about Hope this and Colin. Trouble's in the asking. Or don't much care for folk running there. Something I can do for you?
What? I wasn't dozing off.
He's working at the cannery.
If you're falling sick, I don't want you near me.
Don't worry. I wouldn't do that to you.
Hmm?
Somebody's been rambling about some colony ship. Wonder what that's about.
Carry on.
You read the latest report?
Only the part that said we ain't making our quotas.
If only McDevitt's folk hadn't abandoned us. Cannery could use those extra hands.
Nothing we can do about that.
Sure there is. We can have another zero-G.
I don't know you. Amelia Kim, Spacer's Choice Beverage Dispenser. I don't know what you're about, but this here's a Spacer's Choice. Nah, I'm contractually obligated to serve you. If you're gonna have a drink, I'd like to ask that you do it within the premises. Coming right up. Oh, I almost forgot. I'm contractually obligated to recite company slogan. Plague got you feeling woozy? Get your... Do you now? And what makes you think Mr. Thompson... You want to talk to Mr. Thompson, try ignoring your duties. He'll summon you up to that great big tower atop the cannery, and you'll get yourself a... It is a good thing. If you're not pulling your weight, you don't deserve to... Go ahead. I don't see how that's any of your business. And there's no need for you... Ugh, is this the start of a joke? If you want me to laugh at your jokes, it's a 3-drink minimum. Look, I don't know what you're blathering about. Anyhow, whatever happens outside the... My world is these 4 walls. Let me make something clear. Spacer's Choice has been real good to me. The town's been real good to me. Inside the walls, poking around in places I shouldn't be, learning things I've got no right to know. People will talk. Won't ever catch me asking about the world outside. Else the town's gonna say Amelia's gone soft. That Amelia. There you go with that thinking. I've said enough. If they wanted to face... I don't see... Will there be anything else? Coming right up. You tried the best, now try the rest. Spacer's Choice. Go ahead. The Hope? No, I've never mixed... Wait, no. You feeling a bit flushed? Look, why don't you go set yourself down in the corner? Would you keep your voice down? You're gonna get the whole cantina written up. The Hope's folklore, all right? 60, 70-year-old folklore by now. The board don't approve. You're inviting trouble talking that. Look, either shut your...
Never seen you here before. You a visitor? Welcome. On behalf of the Spacer's Choice family, let me welcome you to... What? No, I'm Winslow. Lester Winslow. Says so right on my permanent record. I am in no condition to do any work. Not so long as my injuries trouble me. Yep. Got my mitt stuck in a rotor wheel. Shredded my wrist up real good. Conrad went and sewed up my hand, but I couldn't do much about the pain. Boss was real generous to me, though. Got myself a 5% discount on Zero G Brew. After the second bottle, the only pain I feel is emotional. Hey, Conrad's a surgeon. Well, he's a barber. Hey, it's the... Numb to the bone thanks to...
Sorry, I've got a lot to do. Just gotta keep our heads up.
Hey.
Sorry, I got a lot to do.
Move along.
It's not the best choice, it's Spacer's Choice. And before you ask, I'm all out of deluxe salt tuna. All I've got is gourmet. You ought to go have a talk with the boss, Reed Thompson. Go right ahead. What, you mean Edgewater? That's a peculiar question. This a test. It's, fine and dandy. Couldn't be happier. Wouldn't want to spend my life working anywhere else. Prettiest little town on... You are condescending to me, and I do not care for it. I am lucky to have my work. I don't get paid for banter. Was the... Go right ahead. Other than yourself? Definitely the vicar. Don't get me wrong. He seems a decent man, cut from church cloth, knows his scriptures. But there's something about him that bothers me. Like he's not one of us. Sometimes I suspect he doesn't even want to be here. Plague? I don't know anything about a plague. We are the very picture of hot-blooded physical... I take umbrage with your choice of phrase. Some of us who get sick are liable to exaggerate the condition. Survival of the fittest. It ain't just the law of nature, it's company policy. Medical treatment is commensurate with our value to society. Spacer's Choice will dispense medicine for the indispensable worker. Natural selection at work. Then the hand of medical science will not grace you with its touch, and you must recover on the virtue of your own grit. Listen, you mind if we talk about something else? I'd keep... Amelia. Definitely Amelia Kim. I advise against stepping foot in her drinking establishment altogether. Word is, they're gonna replace her with an auto-mechanical barkeep. She's... what's the word? Obsolete. Work your jaw on some Spacers. Music to my ears.
Our place in the universe is...
Huh?
Hey there, Mary. Don't see you round here too often.
Oh, I just came to talk to you.
Our place in the universe is fixed.
Yes, what is it? You're an outsider. Fantastic. Vicar Maximilian de Soto. I so rarely get new people to talk to. Name your poison, anything at all. Spiritual counseling? Mechanical tomfoolery is well out of my purview. I suggest... Oh, and a word of warning. If you're considering wandering around... Marauders are about. Though if you are planning on venturing outside, I do have a proposition that may interest you. I happen to know such a book is as we speak. My retrieval efforts have been thwarted by marauders who... What? No, I don't want to burn it. I just want to keep the writing out of lane. Glad we see eye to eye. It's a handwritten journal, a faded blue cover with the name M. Bakonu handwritten in the lower corner. Thank you.
You think corporate's ever gonna visit?
Had your rations yet?
Please don't touch anything. Your hands are probably crawling with germs. Physical hygiene recapitulates moral hygiene. Cleanliness is next to law. No, thank you. That's quite all right. I've seen enough body parts in my line of work. I'm Conrad. You will report to me if your hair fails to meet Spacer's Choice aesthetic standards. You will also report to me in the event of your death, whereupon I will clean... A ship? Dear me. You seem to have lost the ability to distinguish between I don't approve of fantasy. And he allowed you to wander around town spreading your pernicious He doesn't seem to like us much. The vicar has not been with us long, and in his relatively short tenure in Edgewood... Ah, gravesite fees. Silas and I had talked about this at length. I thought I'd made it clear my pecuniary... As broke as pie crust, friend. Bidless, indigent, destitute. I simply cannot afford it. I am a blemish on the I have to be, if only to prepare... Tell Silas I can't afford to pay, and that I fully expect to have my medical rights revoked for this dereliction. Some time ago, I fell ill with the plague. By the grace of the law, and through my own... Frankly, I don't imagine I'll earn that right a second time. The barber work hasn't been profitable, you see. I've had to keep this old place running. Not a bad idea. But I'd need some kind of collateral. My pair of lucky clippers. Your idea intrigues me, but I'm afraid I don't have any... Much...
Yes, Mr. Thompson. I'm fine, Mr. Thompson. Never been healthier. Whoa, did Mr. Thompson send you? Well, you tell Mr. Thompson I'll be right at my post. Tomorrow. Bright and early tomorrow. Because I'm definitely not. And what are you doing here? What? No. I mean... Silas knows, doesn't he? That's why he sent you. That's why he wants me to pay up. Sounds like he's already told you. You may as well hear it from... I'm dying. I'm not long for this world. The date of my expiration is fast. It's plague. Has to be. Silas knows. He knows I got one foot in my grave, and now he wants to charge me for the other one. I'll pay your fees. I don't want any trouble from Silas. But if you could see a way to free... Oh, hey, I'm... Couple hours out of your day and some light second story work. That's all. There's a cache of anthracillin tucked away in the old community center. Powerful stuff. Stronger than what we got, anyway. I need you to break in, nab that medicine, and bring it back to me. I'll do it. I tried medicating myself with it. Anyway, I can't just buy medicine. Distribution of more like the company won't treat me because I'm not healthy enough. You will not find any guard. I have it on good authority. There's a gang. So you'll do it then? You oblige me with your haste. I think I feel the plague spreading. Just keep your head down when you're in there. Marauders have taken over. I know that. Reed would have wrote me up. Constable would have locked me up.
You're making a mistake working for Abernathy.
Something I can do for you? You run into any trouble? Conrad's barbershop is a yawning pit that swallows his every bit. I keep telling him he should cut a few corners, skimp out on the disinfectant. You gotta put the squeeze on Conrad. Find some dirt on him. That's the word, extort.
I've been feeling pretty low these days.
Nothing I can do about that.
Welcome to the Spacer's Choice Constabulary. We are Halcyon's leading brand in Frontier. The office is writing up promotion. Purchase 3 criminal investigations and the 4th one's free. As long as your questions fall. If this is a setup to a joke, you should know I've never found anything amusing in my life. I don't serve Edgewater. Edgewater and the entire region of Emerald Vale serve Spacer's Choice. Spacer's Choice is a wholly owned subsidiary of Universal Defense Logistics, which occupies a seat on the Halcyon Holdings Corporation, also known as the Board. I must admit it bothers me that you don't already know this. Flattery won't get you anywhere with me. The bureaucracy is a noble profession, but not all of us are gifted enough to serve in it. His likeness decorates many a wanted poster. Do you have any relevant information? I am obliged to warn you against... I am also obliged to inform you of our referral program. For every criminal you refer to the authorities, the board will reward you. How unfortunate. I am only authorized to prosecute kidnapping of company property. Because you don't belong to Spacer's Choice, the answer is no. Unfortunately, the arrest of Mr. Wells falls outside my authority. Wells is wanted by the board. If you have information related to the location... Something to... As a Spacer's Choice constable, I am authorized to grant you legal authority. Know how to carry yourself in a fight? Cross them off and bring me their fingers. Just one per marauder, please. I'll dust off the old fingerprint roller. As long as you're... Something to report?
Been eating nothing but salt tuna for a year.
it goes, I suppose.
Staying on?
Stay.
Our place in the universe is fixed.
What can I do? Oh? Am I in the company? I am a Spacer's Choice certified surgeon, and if you must know, I can stitch a Go. Edgewater has been good to me. I am never. The plague's come at us with a vengeance this year. I wouldn't call them good work. Fever, chills, fatigue, aching, vomiting, an excess of phlegm, a tendency towards belly aching. Company policy, friend. We don't have enough. Mr. Thompson's brainchild. Have you... What do you think you're doing? Thought I'd just roll over and die. Take him down! Please don't. Sorry. Sorry. Getting behind cover.
Saved us. Ah, blood on.
What can I do for you? What can I do for you? Go ahead. Edgewater has been good to me. I am never... As the good vicar says, work fortifies the spirit of a man. The plagues come at us with a whatever it may be. Nature is... Edgewater has been good. I am... As... What can I do for you? Oh? What can I do for you? You know about Eugene? How? You were probably poking around my... Eugene's golden teeth were a family heirloom, representing 3 generations of poor dental... More than a few. I can't ask Silas to dig up a man's body. And... Here you are. Gravesite papers affixed with my signature and an IOU.
The grease monkey, Argo?
I'm sorry, Mr. Thompson, sir. You...
Seems we've got a guest. Really now, Parvati, I do wish you'd spoken up. I do apologize. I was given no forewarning of your arrival. I'm Reed Thompson, Outpost Administrator. I cannot help but notice you are not in uniform. Yeah, seems I allowed my excitement to run away with my wits.
Only regulator we got is hooked up to the town transformer. Mr. Thompson ain't liable to be keen on dismantling it.
I beg your pardon. I can't let you have our power regulator. But I happen to know of another one. There's a power regulator in the old botanical lab. It's mostly abandoned, so all that power is being squandered. Go down to the geothermal plant. Reroute power from the botanical district over to us. I was not entirely sure how to tell you this. The botanical labs are... I am not trying to pull one over on the people living in the botanical labs. They're deserters, former workers. I need them back at their posts. I need... Edgewater is... If we don't meet our quotas this year, the company might shut us down for good. I need those work... My hope is that by cutting off their power, you will convince those deserters to come back to town. Before you go to the plant, I want you to stop by the botanical lab. Speak to their leader, Adelaide. Tell her the power's about to go.
My dad told me all about the plant. Taught me all he knew. I could come in useful. I mean, if that's all right with you, mister.
I hesitate to part ways with Miss Holcomb, but I cannot deny that she is... You will need an administrative passcode in order to enter the plant. I am...
Great! I got my wrenches and diagnosticator.
Well, I am glad to hear that. Best of luck.
We better clear... You're out of Mr. Thompson's office before we talk. We better clear out of Mr. Thompson's office before we talk. we better clear out of Mr. Thompson's office before we talk.
If you could see... Go ahead. It is my job to keep two eyes on my town. I'm trying to remember 25 years, 26. When you get to my age, the years just rush by. You stop counting altogether. I remember looking out this window and seeing the veils spread out from horizon to horizon. Times change. People change. I wish you wouldn't say... Yes, when I stand at my window and look out over we are all part of the Spacer's Choice family. This is a Spacer's Choice town. We're all part of the... Loyalty's got nothing. Go ahead. That you are not one of us may work to your advantage. I admit the fault was mine. I'm about it. I must. The burden of leadership... Yes, we have lost good work. Losing Adelaide was the hardest. She was our only flavor specialist. When she walked away, I knew we were in trouble. Spacer's Choice Saltuna is renowned across the system for its quality flavors, and ever since Adelaide left, we have been reduced to... Go ahead. Adelaide was our only flavor specialist. We are a Saltuna canning institution. Were it up to me, friend, I'd stack our larders with salt. But, and this is something we must keep between... Oh, we've scavenged together some organic, some of which possess a texture akin to a well-boiled slab of Saltuna. Go ahead. I must. Yes, we... Go ahead. Can we not? Talking about If I had enough medicine to treat everyone who fell sick, I would, but I don't. Yes, it is. Spacer's Choice is a fact. That I cannot say. There was no moment when but in the last 10 years. Corporate doesn't like us using the word should. It encourages the imagination. I believe Plague is a test. It is a test of our loyalty. Go ahead. Can...
Sure. Hey, mister, can we talk? Sorry. Can we talk? Sorry. You just want to get out of here. And you likely don't want to tag along like me. It's just, Mr. Thompson has his own view on matters, on account of it's his job. Oh, he ain't a liar. It's just, he doesn't know. To Mr. Thompson, a person's a gear. It does its job quiet-like. If it squeaks or stutters, it gets replaced. I don't know anybody well. I mostly listen to them talk, kept my head down. There was a boy named Thomas who used to follow me around, asking questions about the stuff I fixed. Life's hard here, especially for them that don't fit in so well. We're one big... Mr. Thompson's aiming to take away their power. They'll have no lights to see, nor heat to cook. I think you should talk to the town's vicar about it. Max, his name is. About if what Mr. Thompson proposes to do is upright. Leave it, and maybe he can think of something else to try. Something... It's just an idea. Books are for rich folk. Oh. Thanks, Miss. I just think when you gotta make a decision, that's what my... Where are we headed? That's on account... It's hard to miss what you never... She was in another division of the Spacer's Choice family. She worked... Her contract said any kids she had, expected or not, belonged to her op... Could be. Where are we headed? Okay, moving out. Be right there.
You the new worker? Whatever. Make it quick, Tenderfoot. I'm busy. Foreman Granger. Mind those words don't come out of your mouth unless preceded by yes, or right away, or thank you. Shit. Silas still on about that. Here, take the fees. I'd appreciate it if you didn't tell Reed I was late on my payment. Because they're not my fees and not my gravesite. I could do it. Law requires delinquent gravesite fees to be paid by the deceased party's closest living relative. Shame, though. Woke up one morning and put a round through his upper story. Can't imagine why. The kid was doing all right at his desk. Just between the two of us, I'm pretty... Not half as awful. Suicide's a crime. The legal term is irreparable damage to company property. What Eugene did to himself was... I'm plenty serious. In fact, in other words, Edgewater would have been penalized pretty hard. Whatever Eugene was worth as an... Well, excuse you. I'll have you know, Eugene... All I know is Silas asked me for Eugene's gravesite. I'm just glad to put this whole ugly affair...
Where are we headed?
Gotta keep our heads up. Sorry, I got a lot to do.
I'm sorry. I'll just be a minute.
You had a minute. Next one comes out of your pay.
Ease off the threats, friend. I'm going.
Boss's orders. We all got quotas to make.
I've always felt weird in here. It's too clean.
Any progress on that matter we discussed? Ah, Miss Holcomb. How rare to see you out. And with a complete stranger.
This here's Vicar DeSoto. He's always offering spiritual...
Thank you for the kind assessment, Miss Holcomb. Please. A religious text deemed heretical by the OSI is an unsafe object at large. Though I understand why a collector... Because I'm also a collector of books. I've never seen you before, and there's been no paperwork indicating a transfer. Half the time it's wrong, but a new work... Also, you lack the distinctive worker gaze. Usually either a deadening behind the eyes, pretty universal here, except for Miss Holcomb, who for some reason doesn't seem to have much to say to me. Isn't that...
It's just... There's more to...
Oh, nothing could... I'm simply bemoaning the... Yes, but there are few who hear me in this miserable place. I must double my efforts to elevate my... Yes, and thank you for pointing it out. It is wrong...
What? I thought you would talk to him.
You wanted to speak to me, Ms. Holcomb? Every time I've tried to engage you in... I can't imagine what would be so grave as to drive her to my mission. What has Mr. Thompson asked you? That seems well within your expertise.
The way we do it's by cutting off...
Adelaide McDevitt. I can see... Miss Holcomb has a soft heart. Always has, if you believe the talk. Assuming your goal is to save as many as possible, then you should bring everyone together. Not if things... They who are not satisfied with their work are satisfied with nothing. No? How about, work fortifies the spirit. True exhaustion awaits idle hands. The OSI teaches that the Grand Architect set a perfect system in motion. The Order of Science. Mock me all you want. You don't talk to the Grand Architect. We will eventually decode the plan and all its intricacies. Once we are able to deduce the properties of the future, the past, each person's place within the plan, all will be laid out. Some even believe this ultimate knowledge will unlock... I would love to discuss the finer points. Seriously, though, to truly understand... They... Have you? These people need something. Anything they can grasp to survive. I'm...
Where are we headed? You mean about the mission? I know, but Vicar says the universe... Real machines have gunked up oil. The machine Vickers sees is one ain't never been run. It's not for people to live in. It's... It just comes off cold to me, is all. When I was little, we'd get freighters in every Sunday noon. Now they only come but once a month. I love the wind here.
Thank the law. I've been requisitioning backup for months. Guess the boss finally came to his senses. You ever swung a truncheon? The war! The coming apocalypse! I'm talking about mechanicals. Just my luck. I asked for auto-mechanicals. Creatures forged in the fires of malevolence. I seen them over by the old power when the swarms of mechanic... I told Silas I'd pay my dues if he agreed to join the resistance. Guess this means... mechanical repellent! I've been gathering up a war chest over the years. Saw tuna cans, mostly. Some... enlistment fees. Yeah. They have sent a scout, prowling around the junkyard just behind... The scout must... Mechanicals got... Oh. I'm Ludwig Miller, Associate Security Officer for Unofficially,